Good morning, guys. How are you? It is Wednesday. It's day 3 of my healthy tips. Yeah, for successful aging. So today I'm going to speak about a topic that is almost one of my 5 pillars of successful aging. It's kind of in between lifestyle and relaxation. Okay, so I've got a feeling it's going to become a pillar on itself, and help me on that. What do you think? Yeah. So, how do you feel when you have a bad night's sleep? Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty useless, and I just make sure I have a really simple day. I don't do anything complicated, and and not really sort of worry about it, and just make sure that I do things to promote healthy sleeping. Okay, so I mean, it affects everything, doesn't it? Particularly relationships. Yeah, are you grumpy? Are you snappy with your kids, your partners, husbands? Yeah, or are you being really patient and attentive to them? So it can make a real difference in your relationships with people. Yeah, and not only that, but if you don't get enough sleep, we'll talk about what is enough sleep next week. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But it can be a precursor to a chronic disease like diabetes, heart disease, stroke, disorder of the immune system. And now the latest research is that it can even be one of the causes of Alzheimer's. So, so when I wake up, I don't know about you, but if I don't get enough sleep, then my memory just isn't quite the same. So it's a bit scary that I have to make sure I get enough sleep on a regular basis, because I don't want to get Alzheimer's. Do you? Okay. So it's quite possible that that you're doing things in your everyday life that are going to interfere with your sleep. Yeah. And so what I want you to do, well, next week, I'm going to focus on sleep. I'm going to give you a tip every day, Monday to Friday, next week. Yeah. So, but meanwhile, what I want to do is think about first of all, how many hours sleep do you think you get? And if you're not quite sure, Apple has my watch is charging. Yeah, Apple has a really good app, and it actually monitors how well you sleep, whether you have shallow sleep or deep sleep. Yeah. I don't think that's quite the technical term. But I used to do that, and then I got a little bit kind of paranoid about it, and I felt it was probably disturbing my sleep, knowing how little I did sleep. Yeah. So just monitor how many hours. Some people think that 8 hours or 6 hours, or a lot of people thrive or survive on 5 hours. And I find that most of my clients, most people I meet over 60, are really not sleeping well, but they think it's a fact of aging. And like a lot of things, you adapt to how things are. But there's so much that we can do to make sure that we do get a better night's sleep. Yeah. So before we go into next week, I want you to think about, I know it's only Wednesday, I want you to think about, as I say, how many hours you're getting on a regular basis, on average. And do you wake up several times during the night? And I know I do, not always, but quite often. And I always ask myself, why have I woken up? What is my body not happy with? What's disturbing my body? And it's woken me up. Yeah. Talking about that, apparently it's quite normal. I read somewhere in one of the podcasts that I follow, it's quite normal to wake up on a regular basis just to check in case there's a tiger in the room. And going back to prehistoric days when we were in danger of getting killed by wild animals, that the body wakes up on a regular basis just to check. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. What do you think about that? Yeah. So if you're not getting a lot of sleep and you're waking up on a regular basis, can you figure out why? Yeah. Think about your daily habits. Yeah. Think about which daily habits might affect the way that you sleep. All right. So as I say, do you think it should be one of my 5 pillars of successful aging? Because, as I mentioned, for me at the moment, I'm finding it difficult to change my routine or not change it, but tweak it so that I can do the things that are conducive to having a good night's sleep. A little bit more, I have to focus on it a little bit more than I would normally do outside of lockdown. Yeah. I just say, for example, I know that I don't get enough exercise, even though I'm teaching class on a regular basis. It's not about me and my exercise. And I'm not doing, because the gyms are closed, that kind of motivates me to do more exercise. And the weather, the weather isn't conducive most of the time. Bike rides outside or runs or even walks. I know walks depend on clothing rather than bad weather. So, but it's, I'm not incentivized to get out there on my own. Yeah. So, and you can't go out in groups, and I don't really have someone in my bubble to go walking with. Yeah. Or someone they don't have to be in my bubble. I can just go out with one person, can't I? So as long as we socially distance. Yeah. So next week, a tip every day, and hopefully I can really help you to get more out of your life by sleeping better. All right, guys. So do pop in the comments. First of all, this is being streamed in many different places. So I'm not quite sure at the moment, the comments coming in, where you're actually watching this from. Yeah, but trust me, this is so important. And I want you to think about it before I actually give you some tips next week. And then you'll get more out of my little talks on a daily basis. So this week, I've channeled it into my 5 pillars of successful aging, if you hadn't realized. And on Monday we had mindset. Yesterday we were looking at purpose, goals, daily, weekly, monthly, lockdown, life. Today a little bit in between lifestyle and relaxation. Tomorrow is going to be to do with nutrition, diet, and on Friday exercise. Yeah. And going forward, I'm going to have a whole week on diet, nutrition for the over 60s in week 3 of February, and in week 4 it'll be more on exercise for over 60s. Yeah, tips, daily tips, how you can get more exercise and how you can get more nutrition, and next week how you can get more sleep. Okay, so thank you for listening. I hope that inspired you to think a little bit more and about your sleeping habits. Okay, you guys have a good day, stay safe, keep moving, and remember, lots of positive thoughts. And what's your goal for today? What's your focus? What's your purpose for today? Let me know in the comments as well. Bye for now.